welcome to unboxing.
What you have today?
Wow, it's been a very long time. So today we have huge Batmobile. You can actually tell by looking at the size of the box. And actually we have 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Today was very much rainy day, but luckily, box is not really destroyed or anything, so I'm glad that it arrived safely. Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just while she's doing that, I'm going to tell you it's from Jazzinc Dioramas in the Netherlands. Today I want to start off with a congratulatory message for Hans and Joost Asink of Jazzinc Dioramas. And I just want to express my gratitude to you guys for such great communication, for such fast responses, and just your overall commitment to this project. I mean, when do you get this kind of message on here? I mean, first of all, they're thanking the community. They're telling us it's a labor of love, and it was in collaboration with the 1/6 collector community. And they did make what nobody else had offered. So Hot Toys advertised one, Soap Studios, all those guys put one out there, never followed through, and here it is, in my house, looking fantastic. So that's one thing, and only as a group were they able to do all these things. And so they thank all these colleagues. They were able to do this, expressing that this is a one-of-a-kind piece. Each one is a special order, and you can tell that each one is different and that there are parts that are definitely handcrafted. So this is a really, truly one-of-a-kind project, and to say that it was an honor and privilege working with these guys to get this out there, I thank you, because this is an amazing piece. And so congratulations once again, and I want to take a look now. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Now again, walking into the room, I mean, it already commands this certain presence that is amazing. I currently have it in the BVS mode, and I gotta tell you, I mean, I don't have a collection that has, really poopy pieces, and, that's commanding a certain presence, even amongst, the Samurai Batman, and the 3A Optimus Prime, XM Studios Cyclops, and the Cat Toys Iron Man metal helmet, and even things like our customized Fortress Maximuses and all that stuff. So this thing really is amazing. It's just the magnitude of this piece just trivializes everything else in my collection. Starting off at the front here, this is definitely my favorite part of the car. I thought just from other reviews that perhaps this didn't move, and maybe the earlier models they didn't, but this certainly does, both sides. So I do love that. Now, one thing that's a little bit of a downer for me is I know this part actually goes up to protect these intake vents, so that's a little bit of a bummer that this doesn't fold up. But I mean, again, this is a diorama, so getting real, we're not really playing around with this thing. This thing is way too big. Now, the wheel axle came broken in this one, but I was able to kind of temporarily fix this until the new one comes. And so I gotta say, just excellent response. And so going over here, you got your countermeasures. That's pretty cool. And then that whole negative space bat symbol that was created. And coming over, obviously there's great detail that you've already seen in the wheels. This is the diorama base, and amazing. The only thing that I had was these cracks, so they're sending me that new one there. the intake valves, and actually for this I forgot to take the Justice League missiles off, but actually this is an opportune time to take a look to see how these mechanisms actually work, so that there's a magnet that's there. So again, each one looks like it's hand painted with its specific pieces. This one sits really flush really well, and you'll see why I mentioned that in a second. But coming over here, again, you see these little flaws, is that you know, this thing's just a little bit crooked, so that's okay. And but otherwise, this thing is solid and it weighs a ton. So this is basically the BVS mode, and I'm going to keep this here for now because I'm going to change it over to the Justice League mode. Now, before we do that, I want to take a look at the inside, and I want to specifically comment on this part where a previous reviewer complained about having to access the battery panel from below. Well, these guys, they keep making adjustments, and I'm just impressed because now they've put the switch here. So once you put the canopy back on, I'm just going to put this loosely for now because I'm actually going to open the canopy doors in a second. But now you see that the lights have come on. I'm going to come around and you can see the canopy is open in that Batwing format. It's wonderful, and the inside is super detailed. Seats are there, and I'm going to come over here for a second, and I'm going to show you the inside panel. And I'm going to take the liberty of taking this canopy off so I can get a better angle here. But take a look at that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I mean, wow. Just look at that. And Formula One race cars can change the trim on their wheels, I think the front wheels. And I think there's a similar mechanism here to get into battle mode. Now, again, this is a diorama, so this car does not enter the diorama mode, stays in pursuit mode. But that is just an amazing little detail. Oop, that's the canopy that's squeaking there. But again, amazing inside. Now, as we take this thing into Justice League mode, I just want you to notice one thing here, is just this. So, in the Valiant Comics review and Denobi 2, they complain about how they have to unscrew the canopy doors in order to make the change. But again, Jazzinc Dioramas, Hans and Joost, they listened, and they gave you a whole nother one, so basically you don't even have to unscrew anything. The change is absolutely easy, and I'll show you in a second. So here basically I'm going to make the transformation from the BVS mode to the Justice League mode. And so again, I don't have to unscrew anything thanks to these guys listening. I'm very gently put it off to the side here. And first things first, I'm going to remove the secondary seat. Now this is a very hefty thing. Looks like it's like resin. Has a magnet there. Take that away. And what you do is you take the turret portion of the anti-tank cannon, and unlike previous where people have complained that this was a very hard fit, it's actually very, very easy to do. The tank keyholed in a certain way. It's shaped pretty much idiot proof here. Boom. Look at that. And then these I particularly like. And so I reinforce these with a neodymium magnet, so it's a little bit stronger. So you guys can see I bought that just at Home Depot. And try to get this thing a little bit more solid here. That way everything sits better. And I'm going to take this portion. Now I really like this, and frankly, if I were Batman, maybe I would have left this alone. but again, you know, he has much more forethought than I do, so hence the missile pods, which we're going to put here in a second. It's a great piece here, great details, and so magnet fit, perfect. Turn left, turn right, no problem. Next is the blast shield. Yeah, now this is the interesting thing. So it can fit a little bit kind of weird here if you don't really do it right. So make sure just that it sits well there. And then there's a little magnet here that makes it sit well. It's a little tough there. Okay, there we go. Alright, next I'm going to open this because that makes it look cool. This guy right here. Singular window here. Oh, now I just want to remind you again, that extended window that goes across toward the blast shield. Now everything fits hunky-dory. There you go. Nice. Okay. And then that is it, except for this thing that I previously had on here. And now you have your Justice League Batmobile, which is amazing. There she is in all her glory. I think the blast shield, I think, needs to sit a little bit more flush here. But ever since Superman ripped off both the doors, obviously Batman has taken the liberty of adding this blast shield here. A few more missiles to take care of those parademons. Gatling guns. And just overall looks more fierce. So I don't know if you guys have seen the Snyder Cut, but this thing has a lot more functions than the Joss Whedon version, and I still can't understand how the car went from backward to forward and these guys kind of turned on itself and whatnot. But again, this is just a beautiful piece. I mean, look at the details. That is just amazing. So the anti-tank portion, whew, it's hot. So basically, you know, the last thing that I had, I think I put it off to the side for today, was this. And this was pretty much the most impressive Batmobile that I had to date. You know, obviously it transforms and such. Oops, bumped Batman out of the way there. But I gotta tell you, although this is a functional model, I gotta say this thing, this is my favorite. And this is my favorite Batmobile. I know a lot of people love the 1989 version, so I might be committing Batman blasphemy. But I mean, what can I say, man? It's just, every little detail is just beautiful. And for a diorama, I can't ask for more. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. And Hans and Joost of Jazzinc Dioramas, I eagerly await that right wheel axle and the base, and fantastic job, guys. Just I cannot recommend this enough. And I just lament that it's a limited piece. So if you ever get a chance to get your hands on one, do it. If you're a Batman fan, you gotta do it. Okay, guys? So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and you know, hit that bell if you want, because then it'll tell you when I make new videos. It's not that frequent, but again, this is a hobby of mine. So again, thanks for watching.